keep striving for this religion that we preach. But keep pushing, for nothing's ever out of reach. Because the time we keep on driving, it's on that much we go. The time we keep on fighting, and these colors I wear, will they soar through the skins of my soul?
Right, welcome to another edition of the Luton Town International podcast, videocast. Let's see what video cameras we can actually get to work. Alex, I'm not going to look at you. Alex, Mr. Professionalism. I'm joined by Alex with his orange glasses, so he's not got any reflection, but he's got a dodgy internet connection. How are you, Alex?
Hi, Nick. I'm good. For a second there, I forgot what your name was, so this is working really well.
Thanks. This is professionalism at its absolute finest. And I'm joined by that Irish American bloke. What's your name?
I don't know. Let Alex make one up.
Let's just call him Stu.
No, anything like that.
Irish Stu.
I just want to say, this has been my most fun podcast to record so far, because this is only the beginning, but we've been at it for about 25 minutes, and none of it has been my fault.
Yeah.
So, I'm blaming it's that person. Obviously, nobody can see what I'm pointing at here, but
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
I wouldn't really give anything away, but it's the bloke with the orange glasses.
Okay. Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Hey, look, Gav can have a filter on.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Thank God. Got that Irish flag out of you.
Anyway, I suppose since we're here, we may as well actually try and talk vaguely about football at some point. As well.
Yes.
So, right, so let's start after we finish insulting each other, which will be going on all through, because Alex actually said, can we be professional, because some passive Palace fan is going to be watching. So we're going to be very, very, very professional as a result. Anyway, Gav, the West Ham game. Got to say, we had more chance than not many on target. I think it's probably wastefulness there. We gave them a couple of very decent chances, and being a Premier League side, an established Premier League side, they took them. And predictably, the two players that were getting booed were the ones who scored, but I don't think that's relevant. But obviously, we got back. Well, we had no goal later on. We could have a penalty. So, did we deserve anything from it?
Yeah, I think we were robbed. It was a stonewall penalty, which you would put money really on Carlton Morris to score. And I get the whole fact that West Ham are an established Premier League team, and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, they found a tough goal against us. And to me, it's a stonewall penalty. To me, you've got to give that. And I know the guys in Sky were kind of saying the same thing. It's a stonewall penalty, and to not give that is just so egregious. You can't make those decisions in a game.
Alex, that penalty, if we're away at Liverpool, does VAR review it and then send the referees to monitor?
Absolutely. I like James Ward-Prowse. He's a great midfielder, but yeah, that was clear handball. The rules are if the hand or arm is in an unnatural position. It was in an unnatural position, and the ball hit his arm, and it was a clear penalty according to the rules. So we should have had a penalty.
I would say fair play for knowing what the handball rules are, because I don't have a fucking clue now.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the referees don't either, or they don't care. It is fascinating. It was fascinating to see the fact that so many commentators also said that we should have had a penalty. So yeah, it's fair to say that we got robbed, and it should have been 2-2. Would have changed the outcome? Would West Ham have put on a second gear and not at that time. It would have been about the 94th minute. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we had enough chances to score 2 goals even without the penalty call. So it's just down to us not taking our chances.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's the thing when it comes to handball. You just said it there. No one seems to know the handball rule. I don't think the rest know the handball rule either. Because honestly, I think that comes off the back of the Brighton game, where we all sat here after the Brighton game and said the dunk handball was never a handball. And I don't think the referees understand that. And it's got to the point now with VAR where they're scared to give decisions because VAR is getting so many things wrong. Like, there's a new show now where they go through all VAR's mistakes for the last couple of weeks or the last week or whatever it is. And it's just silly. It's just absolutely silly. You're basically saying after the fact, oh yeah, we got it wrong. No, you need to train these referees better so that they get the decisions right in the heat of the moment.
I think actually, I'm actually struggling with VAR a bit at the moment because it seems to be VAR will review something, but it will only send the referees to the monitor, and apparently the referee can overturn it from the monitor or not. But if the ref goes to the monitor, that decision gets given. Everybody knows that. So I think as a result, you've got the VAR officials. I think it was hinted at. They're afraid to the ref to the monitor because just in case it overturns it. So it's kind of referee's on-field decision. In which case, what's the point of it?
Yeah, well, we do have the opposite problem as well. That when like in Norway, where they have VAR, the decisions are taking forever. They could take like between 3 and 5 minutes before a call is made. So with the VAR still not being standardized, we're seeing the birthing effects of a new system that isn't fully set up yet. The people handling this new technology are not fully capable of understanding it, fully used to using it, and that's just how it's going to be for a while, I think. It's unfortunate that we get fucked up over by this, but then again, one of us football fans' favorite things is complaining about the refs, so I don't care.
VAR should take away from this, but it's not. So actually, fair play to it. But to be honest, VAR I think should be used the same way as cricket. It's cricket. I know you two won't understand this. Cricket, each side has basically 2 reviews they can use. So maybe in football, 1 review. If you use review and it's upheld, you keep review. If you use review, it's overturned, you can't get another one. I think maybe that should be the way it goes forward with it.
Yeah,
it's something similar in hockey as well. It's something similar in hockey where you have a coach's challenge. So if the coach challenges something and it seems to be right, he doesn't lose the challenge and obviously he gets to get the result. But if he's wrong, his coach's challenge is gone and the opposition team gets to go on a power play for delay game. I'm not against that at all, Nick. I think it would make the managers think twice about having to, like, some of the games are taking far too long as it is, and like Alex was just saying, like 3 to 5 minutes to do a VAR decision. How many of them minutes are actually being added on at the end of the game? Realistically, it's not rugby where the clock stops.
According to the rules, according to the new rules, every minute of that should be added to at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think we don't know that.
It's Monday at this rate then.
Yeah. Not exactly true, but it is what it is. And as they say, it's supposed to even out over the course of the season. Because technically they robbed us a point, so VAR owes us a point.
Yeah. Okay, it's supposed to be that, but everybody knows, like Liverpool, Man United, Man City, they are going to get more decisions than we are.
No, not necessarily. Like, there was an article done, and last season, the team that most benefited from VAR, I think it was Forest or Bournemouth or something like that, where Liverpool were actually one of the teams, and I'm not a fan of Liverpool, but Liverpool were one of the teams that were in the negative for getting advantages by VAR. United were slightly positive, whatever way they worked the system. It was slightly positive, Liverpool were negative. But the smaller teams tend to get more decisions, but just it didn't go this time, and I really hope that evens itself out over the course of the season.
What to say? Obviously, apart from the VAR decision, a couple of other things. Obviously, West Ham's goal, yes, they got the cross, they picked out perfectly. Question marks on I don't know, were they question marks defending, or was it the goal was that good in that our defenders probably made it look worse than they are? Giles obviously was 1-1 to 10, so I think we should be to Bell's there as well. Yeah.
again, Giles not good enough defensively. I think it was a good goal, but again, it was a good goal, but there's stuff that we can. And one of the things we can do better is Giles. And I've said it to you guys. Maybe we know where Giles is. Know where Giles' strengths are. Like Alex has talked about it before. And I think you've mentioned the fact that he's one of the highest crossers of the ball in the Premier League, or whatever it is. So we know where his strengths are. Strengths are getting on the ball, getting into the ball. So I don't understand why we don't then go to 4 at the back and push Giles a little bit further. Yes, I get it. We get to lose a midfielder. Yada yada yada. We can play 4-4-1-1, or we can play a 4-4-2. In old style, like Bassett, we're playing 4-4-2. Now, get Giles on the left hand side, attacking wise, so we can get the ball into the box of the strikers, where he doesn't have to worry as much defensively. But I think that would help us out defensively as well, because I don't think Amari Bell is at the best start of the season. And I think one of the things is he's been found out playing as a left-sided centre-back, where for the majority of his career, and even his international career, he's played as a left-back. So maybe put him to left-back, play Giles ahead of him, and Amari Bell will do the defensive work for him. Then we can get Giles further forward to do what he's doing best, that's cross.
Here we go. And Alex, obviously you got the second goal. It's the cat kicker, left semi-unmarked from the corner. That's not like us, is it?
Well, yeah, I think it's down to just still working out where to be in the field when it comes to that. Like, in my opinion, the second goal, there wasn't that much we could have done about it. The first goal should have done better on the left hand side. Second goal, yeah, unfortunate. It just, yeah, they just had a really good chance and they took it. And I also think that it reflects kind of on us. Like you say that Giles is the best crosser of the ball, but the end product there, and you also got to remember where the ball goes. Like he seems to be spraying the ball into the, in from the side, but the accuracy and finding a Luton player, I'd love to see the accuracy on those crosses. So yeah, I think it is a matter of like. I don't know if it just Rob Edwards doesn't like Doughty or not, but like if you look
he started, so he probably doesn't dislike him that much. So
yeah, but he started on the wrong side. Like it's a bit like
Doughty can play either side just as easy.
Yeah, but like I think we have better solutions if we start him on the left back and. Sorry, on the left back, and give Giles a little bit of a break and getting more used to the team, I think.
Okay, well the team's fairly new anyway, but obviously players getting used to the team. Gav, cozy on this one. Ross Barkley is coming for some criticism. You can see there is some doubts in quality there, but is there a danger? I don't know whether there's Luton fans thinking he doesn't weigh into it, or whether he thinks it's too big for Luton, or it's just people seeing things that's not there. I don't know.
Did they want him to come out and do an encore? Is it a fucking music festival? Come on. Like, I don't get the whole, he didn't come and clap us. Like, maybe the guy needed a piss.
that was a bit of an odd one. I mean, I think there've been a few social media comments. We're going to go into another one of those. Adebayo seems to be the new Panspine villain, which is, I mean, I saw someone saying he was good at League One. I'm thinking, hang on, he never played for us in League One. Him and us in League One were never a thing at the same time. He was a top scorer of the Championship. He got that flick on the goal there. He missed a decent chance on Friday, but he does cause problems as well. I thought he was actually more involved than Morris, personally.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. I think both our strikers are just fine. It's just a lack of quality crosses and quality plays to set them up well. I think when he's on the ball, he's a threat. Same as Morris as well. We just haven't gotten pat down the crosses from left both left and right, really, and as soon as we get those crosses down in properly, and as soon as we maybe manage the transition play a little bit better, I think we've been a bit slow getting the ball out from defence as well. Instead of rolling it out on the side, we've been going through the centre backs a lot, and we haven't seen that forward movement that we had from Burke and Bell, both in the Championship. We've seen a bit more defensive setup, but as soon as we manage to get that going, I think we'll do just all right.
Right, I mean, moving on, ish from the West Ham game, we have our new pundit. I mean, last time we did it was Mills, who Gav had a certain description of him. So we're going to move to Gav Crooks, who said, "I can't take Luton seriously, they'll be down by Christmas." Gav, give us your thoughts.
Mathematically impossible to get down by Christmas. And look, here's the thing. I think it's got to a point now, Nick, where these pundits are saying this stuff specifically to get clicks and to get it's clickbait, and it's ridiculous some of the stuff they're coming out with. So when I knew we were going to bring this up in the podcast, I wanted to flip the switch and talk about something that positive that's been said about the club. So when I go back to last Friday's game against West Ham, and before the game, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher did a walkthrough kind of road, and they were talking about it. And I just want to quote what Gary Neville said. He said, "Luton and this club should be celebrated across English football as a celebration of the pyramid and promotion relegation. That's the way this team should be looked at. Don't take us serious. We don't care. We're here on merit. We didn't buy our way to the Premier League. We're here because we deserve to be here. We worked damn fucking hard to be here. So you want to turn around and make stupid comments about, oh, you'll be down by Christmas? No, we won't, because it's mathematically impossible. But you do you. You know? I personally feel at this point that the people who come out with all the negative stuff about Luton, it's been attached onto, and it's been reached onto and talked about far too much. Let's talk about the positive. You know, like Jamie Carragher said, I thought that he couldn't think of a story like this in football. Luton going from non-league to Premier League in 9 years. The only team I can think of is Bournemouth did it in 6, League 2 to the Premier League back in 2000, early 2000, like mid 2000, whatever it was.
I could say that Calvin Neville were really fair. I thought they were actually really good with it.
Yeah, but and again, not trying to underestimate what Bournemouth did, but when Bournemouth got to the Premier League, they got hit with a financial fair play fine because they were paying way over their budget of what their budget was. Gary Neville turned around and said they've done it within a playing budget of 60% of their revenue, which is absolutely freakish. You know, we're doing things the way that we know we can do. We know we can do things. So, although I will never agree with what these pundits say when they come out with stupid remarks like Danny Mills did and like Gareth Crooks and stuff, what I would ask the fans to do is to, instead of leeching onto the negatives that people have done, leech onto the positives, because there's been a lot of fans around the world that have leeched onto the Luton Town story and said, this is a perfect story. This is a perfect fairy tale, football fairy tale. This is what this is. And anyone that wants to fight the pro-relegation battle in America, certainly ongoing, the Luton Town are the poster child for that. They are absolutely the poster child for it. What can happen to a team? What promotion and relegation can do? You know? And so instead of leeching onto the negatives constantly, let's start leeching onto the positives. Let's start looking at what positive things are being said about. You know, because if we're going to reach onto the negative every single time, and I get it, we want to defend our club. I get that. But if we're going to come out here and every week call someone a cunt, which we have every right to do, then we're just, this podcast is just going to be 35, 40 minutes of us calling people cunts.
Alex, it's, I mean, obviously, he said it in a negative way, but I mean, there's been a lot of backlash from some fans, not just Luton fans, saying this guy's a fucking cunt.
Well, yeah, but I think we're getting too fixated on, like, let pundits be pundits. They got to do a job as well, and they will continue doing their job. And if we provide 2 or 3 wins on the trot, or if we provide 6 points from the next 3 games, Golf Crooks will be blessing us up to the heavens and say we're the best thing since bread came sliced. We're 3 defeats into the season and we lost, and Golf Crooks is just going to do what a pundit does when he sees someone having 0 points at this point in the game, and it is just.
He did a bad though, did he? I mean, obviously, he's a Reds club. I mean, we had Moores beforehand. It kind of and to be honest, in some ways, I quite like it because when Clues pundits come out and sort of write us off, it's kind of like stick it on the dressing room. There's another one, lads. We'll go ahead, win it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect thing, Nick. Is that the one thing we can use to our advantage now is I'm hoping Rob Edwards is sticking these pieces up on the wall and saying, "Don't prove them fucking wrong, lads." Because at the end of the day, we call them analysis, but we call them analysts. But is Gareth Crooks really an analyst? Because to me, an analyst is someone who's supposed to break down the game and give not their opinion on it, but give down the stats from the game, give down what exactly is happening. No analyst should be turning around and saying a team's going to be down by Christmas when every single person knows that's realistically, mathematically impossible.
Well, obviously, this is why I try to be an analyst rather than mathematician, because obviously if you can't work out half a season going, it's mathematically impossible, then there's very little hope for him. But I'm sure he said the same thing about a few others, so maybe it's just a routine. Moving on, because I think everyone's had their go at slagging on Crooks, and it's inevitable. Right, I mean, obviously there was some activity around the transfer window, so we'll start with the couple of departures. Alan Campbell, I would sort of see him go out alone. I can see why he did it, because I think we kind of impact the midfield a bit, but to me I think he's an absolute 100% player, so I think maybe it's a case of go out and get some first team football. Hopefully we see him back at some point, because I do really like him as a player.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wish we had got to see him play in the Premier League before he went out alone. But obviously, with him not being able to not being able to play, and at his age, you want to be playing in order to deliver, in order to deliver for yourself and keep developing. And while I think Rob Edwards might not quite fully have appreciated his qualities as some of the other midfielders seems to be liked by Rob Edwards. Campbell seemed to have been the old man left out, and it is what it is. New manager comes in, he forms his own opinion about players, and Campbell got a short straw of that discussion.
I mean, it is kind of in the Premier League as well, so the Championship it could have been different. And then sort of Gavin, to you. One of the players released, obviously hasn't played for us a while, but sort of Glenn Ray, who I think has been a fantastic servant of the club. Obviously he's not played for the last couple of years really. I think he's a big part of the fact we stayed in the Championship. He's a big part of our rise, and he actually seems to be really, it's like Danny Hills, he's actually being a genuine Luton fan from there.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the interview that he gave to the Luton Town. They put on YouTube, the club did. Just could not speak highly enough of the club and everything around it. And it reminded me a little bit of the interview that they did with Pelly during the off season, where someone asked him, I don't know if it was the club that did it or someone else that did it, but I remember watching it where someone asked Pelly, "Did you want to come here?" He's like, "Hell no, I didn't want to come here." And he explained his love for the club, and I think it kind of was the same way with Glenn Ray, in that came here because he knew Nathan Jones, and Nathan Jones had been trying to get him into the Brighton first team, and he came here because he trusted Nathan Jones and just absolutely fell in love with the club. And it's great to see those stories. That he may not be here to play in the Premier League, but he's definitely one of the players that helped this club get where it's at.
Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. Ray was really good when he was playing, but with his injury, and also with falling down in the national pecking order as we progressed, and maybe he didn't develop as quickly as the rest of the squad did when we went up in the division. Meant he got got found too light. And
I think there's no shame in that, because I think we progress so quickly as a club. We needed players to actually get us up there on the way, and then obviously other players to develop. So it's because he's there, because I think he's a fairly solid lower championship, top League One player. So he's not a Premier League player, and I think there's no shame in that, because players go to their abilities, and I think he's done as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally like Glenn Ray, and I think he might have taken more chances. But then again, you have a 25-man squad. Someone's are going to be left out. Someone will be continuously left out if you aren't like a complete rotation manager who rotates your squad every game, 5-6 changes every game, and that doesn't create a run, in my opinion. So we create a run by pretty much keeping the same players in the squad, both in the Championship and in League One. We created runs by keeping the lineup pretty much the same, and that's what gave us a run. So yeah, Glenn Ray just was unfortunate in many ways.
Okay, I mean that actually leads nicely to the next point, because we're now going to talk about rotation, because obviously with Glenn Ray, who wasn't, we're giving it 25, and Campbell leaving, so a couple of others, we brought in a couple of players on loan. So we brought in, I'm going to let Gav go for this one, because it's the second team's defender we brought in on a permanent basis. So Gav, let's see you mangle some names.
Tidan Mengi? Is that who you're talking about? Tidan Mengi? Pronounce it absolutely fucking perfect, can I just say as well?
Gav, you can pronounce everything absolutely fucking perfectly.
I'm just saying, that is perfect. You ask him after the first name, how do you pronounce your name? He's going to say Tidan Mengi.
And how are you going to pronounce like guy from Arsenal?
Don't fucking care, he came from Arsenal.
Yep. Now, Gav likes doing interviews with away fans, so when we get to the Man United game, Gav is going to be the away fan here.
Half and half there.
Oh, jeez.
Got on order.
God.
But Alex, Lakonga, obviously Belgian international, comes in on loan. You've got to think he's not a backup player, he's looking at a starting midfield berth. Who would you say alongside?
It's hard to pick on midfield right now, but I'd guess Barkley, Lakonga, and we will have Nakemba as a defensive midfielder. Would probably be the starting one right now. But then again, we have a strong midfield that we can rotate, and that's even better. The fact that we are able to rotate, especially when we have a few players out.
I mean, I think it'd be Lakonga, Nakemba, and Chung personally. Just because Barkley hasn't really hit his stride yet. Chong's actually going into it a little bit, and he might be here for the long term. That's the way I see it going initially, and then Barkley as a substitute.
Yeah, it could be. Either way, we will have midfielders on the bench that are able to come in and change the game if they're brought in at 60th minute to refresh the midfield, and that's really important nowadays in the modern game.
Yeah, I mean, 60 minutes, you still got half a game left away injury time works. Gav, I think I'm going to know some Alex answer on this one, but going to the Fulham game, you've got the fullback, you've got 2 from 3. Which 2 are you looking at there?
Which 2 of the 3 fullbacks am I going for?
Yeah. It fits.
Oh, so I don't think Doughty did much wrong against. I think Joe defensively is still a liability, and I do like the boy. I agree with Alex that I think his final ball, his final decision can be better, but I'd go with Doughty and Kabore.
I'll go for Doughty Giles, because Fulham, I think, have got a record about Fulham are apparently quite weak about letting crosses into the box. We've not really got too many chances, but I mean, Giles, I think, can deliver a decent ball. We saw that pre-season, seen that a couple of times, and he gets the ball in. And obviously, we've got 2 big strikers up front. That's where you want the supply coming in.
So I will say this: the reason, like, I think because Giles seems to be hyped up at the beginning when he came in as a great crosser of the ball. I think everyone seems to be forgetting that Doughty's no scrub either. He can put a decent ball in, And what I would say is that we talked earlier on about the amount of changes in this team over the summer, and one of the one area of the pitch where there's been a lot of changes is that midfield. Now you've got Carlton Morris and Adebayo both there from last season, who are playing in front of a midfield that realistically, when you think about it, only has Nakamba in there that played any part last season in the Luton Town team. So the other four players, Barkley, Chong, Giles and Kabore, let's say those four, are all having to get used to the two strikers and how they play up front. Where if you play Doughty knows exactly what Morris and Adebayo want and like. And it's another reason why I'd probably bring Pelly back into the team as well, because again, Pelly's going to know what Morris and Adebayo are thinking. He played them longer. He's going to understand the little runs they're going to make. I don't think Giles and Kabore, Barkley, Chong have got that understanding with the strikers yet. It's a work in progress, because if you don't play them four, you're never going to get that bond with the strikers. But at the same point, you need to start picking up points.
And in that, obviously, the strikers, so people being criticising Adebayo, unfairly, as I think I've said. You go to the Fulham game, though, it's Brown looks like he deserved a chance. But for me, Adebayo, especially Fulham, they're vulnerable to crosses, he's big, and more importantly, he's ex-Fulham, so you can almost say why start Adebayo and Woodrow. That'd be a bit silly going too far into it.
I think Adebayo and Morris should be starting, because that's the success we had in the championship using those. And I do agree with what Gavin is saying, and the fact that we have 11 new signings and pretty much eight of them are starting at the moment, and finding a new gelling a new team will always take time. And in the Premier League games, we have some time. We've had some time. We had 2 weeks because of the cancellation of the Burnley game, and now we had 2 weeks because of the international break. So yeah, Fulham should be a possible emergence of this new team, I hope. And I hope that we can get there and maybe actually entertain and actually win a game. That would be great.
Okay, fuck entertaining. Let's just get a point and three first. What about the entertaining after that?
Yeah.
And obviously we've got some film rules coming, so some possibilities. So I'm not going to ask for predictions, because let's face it, predictions, there's absolutely no point. It's going to be one result of three. We all know what we want, and we'll see what we come through. And obviously just moving on to final things. Loan watch, Joe Taylor obviously scored but didn't score in the playoff final. Okay, yes, it was quite a bleeding handball. It had a little bit of bloody VAR, but it was a penalty shootout. But he's got 5 and 7. Obviously some of the fans are always saying, it shows Rob Edwards doesn't know his lesson got out on loan. It's 5 and 7. It's absolutely great for the lad, and I think he's got a lot of promise, but it is League 2. There's a big difference between League 2 and being Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. And he will learn his trade. He will get that confidence, and he will score goals and get the regularity of it in. And maybe if he keeps doing it, and he keeps doing it well for Colchester, we will be able to see him next season in League One, or heck, even the Championship.
Or the Premier League. Or
the Premier League. Yes, yeah.
He would sell the Premier League, comes in. We're not going to drop down to League One. Hopefully we're going to drop down to the Championship. So
yeah.
I agree. For a striker, the main thing is confidence. You need to have confidence, and I think some of us were a little bit disappointed that he dropped down so far to League 2. But I think it was a perfect move by the club, because you're sending him somewhere where you're 90% certain he's going to bang home goals. And builds up that confidence, and then if we stay in the Premier League, as Alex said, you send him out on loan next season to League 1. Send him up a level. Can he do our League 1 level? Yes, great. The next season, and on the opposite side, if we don't stay up and we go down, you have the option of, okay, let's see how he does in the Championship. If he finds his feet in the Championship, great. If he doesn't, then maybe for the second half of the season, you send him out on loan to a League 1 team and get his confidence back. Because for a striker, it's all about confidence.
And just to finish with, what could be a traditional spot here now, because I think we covered the Luton related stuff. Predictions on the date the Scum manager will get sacked. I'm going for the 23rd of September.
Is he not already gone?
He's still there.
Tomorrow.
Alex?
23rd and tomorrow. I'm going to say 24th because I don't think he's going to be sacked that early. And since both of you guys said very soon, I got to say 24th because he won't be sacked till maybe October, and then I'll be the closest one now and win the prediction game.
You don't give this every single week. You can't just continue to go for the latest thing because otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah, fair enough. We should do the same, both Man U and Watford as well.
Here's the thing, Edwards got 10, so Alex might actually be right. Edwards got 10 or 11 games here, so Alex might actually be right. He might last another month, given that there was an international break. Because if they fire a manager after 6-7 games, then Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Like, at some point they're going to have to get a manager in there that's like, you're going to give time to it.
Yeah.
Okay, are you familiar with this Scum?
No, yeah, totally, and it won't happen. But I'm just saying, it's fun for us to watch, but I don't think any club should be firing a manager after 5 games. I know there's a few managers that have actually got sacked, so...
I think the question more is he familiar with Italian directors, because the same thing happens in Italy. You know, they fire the manager for freaking wearing the wrong jacket to a game. So, you know, the predictability for a manager to last in Italian football is it's completely insane. So with Watford being owned by Italians, we will continue seeing this continuously flow of managers going in and out, and no consistency whatsoever.
It's hilarious seeing some of you showing 3 managers a season as they keep going down and down and down, but it's going up and up and up. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for, because otherwise this is going to go on and on, and it took about half an hour for basically what Alex meant to sort out his internet. Okay, so cheers from me, cheers from Gav, cheers from Alex, see you later.